Hi, it's Pouyan from GBC Live. Today we have Richard Wang as a partner of Draper Dragon Fund, which he's going to explain about this fund. And we want to talk about STO in blockchain, and we want to know what is the difference between STO, ICO, and some more other details. Richard, thank you so much for being with us.
No problem. Welcome.
And giving us this time to talk about STO and blockchain. But before getting through the topic, we would love to know about your story, your background, and your introduction.
Sure. Yeah, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Richard Wang. Come from Draper Dragon Fund. Actually, I was an entrepreneur as well, and joined the Draper Dragon since 2011. So before that, I'm entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs. Then I transformed to the venture capitalist since 2011. And as Mars mentioned about the question about the Draper Dragon, actually we as an investment arm in China under Team Draper. So actually Team Draper was a venture capitalist for sure, right? So he built the DFJ since 1985. And then about in 2004 around, he built a global network. Now today we call Draper Venture Network. So it's a global network, which means inside this network is umbrella. We have a different arm in different country, say in Japan, in Korea, in UK, in Middle East as well. So means that we have a arm in China. Now we call Draper Dragon, and we have a investment arm in Japan. We call Draper Nexus, and we have another one in Korea. We call Draper Athene, and UK we call Draper Esprit. Even we have a different arm in Argentina as well. So roughly we have about 20 something system fund affiliation all over the world. So that's what the Draper Dragon is. So with that said, actually we are very close with Team Draper because we have two offices. I would say every system fund has two offices. One office is in their mother country, like in Seoul, in Tokyo, in Shanghai, and they have another office in Silicon Valley.
Nice.
Actually, in the Summertier. That's the headquarters of Draper University, headquarters of Draper Associate, headquarters of Team Draper, headquarters of Boost VC.
Very good.
So we have the headquarters back in Silicon Valley based on this kind of structure.
Very good. So you're helping Team Draper, the whole holding that they have in China. You're their arm in China, not limited to China,
right?
Focusing in China.
Yes. Actually, Draper Dragon get into China since 2006, and now today we have 4 partners in Shanghai, and 2 partners live in Silicon Valley, in Summertier, by the way. And since 2006, we have a USD fund in the beginning. And later on, we have RMB fund.
Now you have both, RMB
and now,
USD.
Right, in about 2012, we have a RMB fund.
Do you have a crypto fund as well?
And now, yes, since 2 years ago, we have a digital assets fund.
Very good.
Digital assets. So we don't use crypto, this wording. We call digital assets.
Digital asset fund.
Right. So now we have 3 different kind of funds, but as you mentioned that, we focus on China still. We focus on China market because we have other like Japan, Korea, they focus their local market, but non-limited in China. Today, I can give you some example. We have about 1/3 deal is come from all the different countries, especially from US too.
You mean Draper Dragon?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's
Draper Dragon. Right.
Yeah, very good. Let's go through the topic about STO. So, what is STO?
Okay. So I like to explain these things in more top level.
Yeah.
Separate into 3 characters.
Yeah.
O is simply it's called offering.
Yeah.
So let's forget about the offering things because you can do whatever offering. And T is very simple. It means a token.
Yeah.
So it's a carrier. It's a media. It's something that allow you to carry some kind of benefit, some kind of value, some kind of whatever property that you give to it. And this property will be defined by the first character.
Yeah.
Now today we define it as a security. So we come out STO.
Yeah.
So means that this token based on the definition, based on based on the security definition.
Yeah.
The security definition is from the regulation. Okay.
Exactly.
So now we call STO means this token. We call ST means this token was given the security property, and this security property is given by the regulation.
Very good. So what is the difference between STO and ICO? Because we want to see the difference,
right?
And we want to get to some details and see how much they are different in terms of rules and regulation, and what kind of rules and regulation would apply to each, and how much they are different in terms of functions. Like, what is the function of utility token, which it goes to ICO stuffs, and what are the functions of security token and so on. What is the difference between ICO and STO?
Well, I would say the most easy and the prominent differentiation is the ST has to be compliant to some regulations. Whatever local government or whatever government. That's so-called ST. As I mentioned earlier, this S was defined by regulation. So that's the biggest different from the ICO. Because for ICO, the C we can also say ITO because token the same thing, right? As I mentioned, it's just a carrier, just a media help you to carry these properties. So for ITO, for example, this thing, there's no any regulation, no any law to confine that, to govern that. Nothing. So that's the biggest difference. And based on this difference, because this S was regulated by some legal authority, which means this token will be the government is going to bear the liability issue, and those investors will be protected under some kind of regulation. So that will allow more qualified institution investors get into this business. This right.
You know, in ICO, let's go through some detail. In ICO, let's say there's a company. The guy's name is Sam. He's going to launch his ICO. He has a company. He has a team, and he has a product. And well, most of ICOs, they don't have a product even now.
Surface maybe.
Even they get millions of dollars, whatever.
Yeah.
So let's say Sam has a company and team and so on, and then he's gonna launch his ICO, and he has a pre-sales before his ICO, pre-sale to get some seed money, angel money, XYZ. Then after that, he's gonna just launch his ICO through some exchange platforms, and then if there is any problem happen for any subscribers or anyone who owns some of the tokens of Sam's company, who they have to go? I mean, who they have to go and sue Sam's company? Like, if there is anything wrong in terms of the company itself, if there's anything wrong in terms of the exchange platform of utility token or whatever we call it, or let's call it non-security token, any platform. So the user, I mean, the token owner or coin owner of that company, where he has to go, how he has to make the lawsuit against that exchange or against the Sam's company.
Yes. First of all, most of our ICO deal has no so-called company, no legal entity. So you are not able to find a legal entity to sue it. First, second, most of our ICO is not regulated. So even a single subscriber or single token owner, whoever, he want to sue this so-called foundation maybe, then he to find out some kind of evidence to prove. Again, it's like any crime. You need to prove this business violate any regulation under certain country, and this country has to be it can be the local country, the token owner's country, or it can be the foundation's country. Okay, so I think the key thing is that you need to find out evidence to prove they are illegal. It could be easy to find. It could be difficult. It depends the situation.
For non-security token, you think that it's possible to?
It's very unsafe. It's unprotected.
Oh, okay, that's the thing I'm asking. But for STO, it's not like this. Let's say in this case, Sam's company, again, he's going to just launch it. So ICO, he's selling some tokens to some initial investors by discount, 30%, 20%, whatever. He's going to sell, I don't know, let's say Sam's company issued like, I don't know, 100 million tokens, and he's going to sell 20% of these 100 million tokens,
Right.
to initial investors. Can we do it in STO?
It really depends on the regulation.
Individual can buy the security token of Sam's companies.
Right. Let me put this in a more clear picture.
Yeah.
Because ICO has no regulation for ICO, so the ICO foundation can sell in whatever form, right? Whatever form that he want to sell.
Individual, institutional.
Once anyone want to buy it, that's it. Because no regulation. But if we talk about STO, then we need to talk about this ST must be under some kind of regulation. So let's go back to that regulation. And that regulation is going to define how this ST can be sold. Even it's pre or post, even it's before exchange, even it's private market or public market. This regulation is going to give very clear definition about this ST, how to raise the fund from this ST.
Let's say there's American citizen, and based on SEC in the USA, you have rules and regulations. They are very strict, and they want to buy some security tokens from some exchange, available exchange that we have. So that exchange company, imagine that, I don't know, let's say it is in Singapore, but American citizen wants to buy some security token through that exchange. How would it be? That exchange company has to be authorized or have the license from SEC USA?
Okay.
Or not? Because in, let's say, Huobi, Binance, XYZ, all these exchange company for non-security token, doesn't matter, you can buy or Kraken, you can buy.
So let's use a case study. Case study. For example, there one Singapore exchange is going to trading to have the exchange to allow the users to trading the American license ST. Okay, I think you need to got two things. First of all, this token has to got a license from SEC, like Regulation D
or the token itself.
The token itself.
Yeah, I mean the company.
The token itself has to be a security token. Means he need to get some the government authorized
from SEC
to be
of Singapore.
Right. So now this case study. So now this ST got the Regulation D applied to regulation and granted by SEC. So this ST is very clear. Is SEC granted Regulation D token. Okay. This token itself. This
token itself.
That's the definition for this ST.
Okay.
Let's put another definition for this Singapore exchange. So if this Singapore exchange is going to trading that security token, it itself need to get the license from Singapore government to allow this exchange. Say, okay, now you got a license, so you can trading security token.
Buy and
sell. So you need for this case, exchange need to get a license. Token itself need to get a license.
So the token itself, let's say, has to get license from Singaporean SEC, or
no. I mean,
if it's the Philippines or Malta.
US. I mean US SEC. Okay, for example.
Let's say
let's more spreading out. As a token, as a security token, it must get some whoever government's license to prove. Say, okay, you are a security token. Whatever government.
Well, whatever government.
So that's
the basic.
For example, you are a token issue, and you tell me you are security token. Who agree that?
Okay.
Who give you this authority? Say you are security token.
Exactly. Let's say I'm coming from my company coming from Malta. I got my SEC license for my security token of my company from Malta. Then I want to get into Singaporean ST exchange. Security token exchange. So First of all, this Singaporean exchange company has to get the license from Singapore itself.
Exchange yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Plus, they have to have the license from Malta's government, who can deal with Malta's company's ST security token as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So it means whatever exchange platform, ST exchange platform that I go with, those security exchange platform has to have the deal with SEC of the country that my company is from.
Yes.
Because let's say I'm an HK company,
right. So
or Malta company.
So actually, we can easy to set that, but actually it's pretty complicated. Mm-hmm. For example, I am a ST exchange.
Yeah.
First of all, I need to get a license from the local government.
Any.
I'm Singapore ST exchange. I need to get a license from Singapore government. Say I can do exchange business.
Yeah.
And it is ST exchange business. Mm-hmm. First of all. Second, since I'm ST exchange, right?
Yeah.
Supposedly, I only trading ST.
Yeah.
I don't trading others. Mm. I don't trading IT, UT, utility token. No. Yeah. I only trading ST.
Yeah.
That's my value.
Yeah.
Because I claim I am ST exchange.
Exactly.
I only trading ST. Okay. Now, if I open the trading for A countries ST, A countries regulate, licensed ST. Based on that A countries regulation, I need to define, I need to tweak the KYC, tweak the AML, blah, 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 to follow, to comply that A countries regulation. And then if I allow to trade in the B countries or C countries, so I need to apply all the different countries regulation. So all the things will come to very complicated. Okay. But exchange need to have this kind of platform to be able to adapt to that kind of situation. That's their value too.
Exactly. So let's say in ICO, as I mentioned, that Sam's company, which is the kind of case that we are talking, is want to sell some tokens in terms of ICO. But in STO, it's not possible because Sam's company, if they have STO, they cannot sell their security token to any individual unless that buyer of the security token is qualified by government, as we mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Yeah? So how it works? Imagine if I want to have STO and I want to sell some of my security token out of the exchange platform. You know?
Right. Before exchange platform, for example.
If you remember, we had two types, like primary market, secondary market. How it is?
Actually, it's the same as a regular security. For regular security, it has a different stage. In the beginning, as a startup, I have a security. I want to sell my equity. For example, it's a security, right?
Yeah.
So I can only do that in the private market.
Exactly.
Which is qualified people.
Yeah.
So based on that, based on all the countries' regulation, they have a clear regulation, clear definition about what is called so-called private market, what is so-called qualified investors. So in that case, I am a security token. I will follow the security token regulation under that country. And that regulation is going to define me who I can sell to. What is the definition about qualified investor that I can approach. That's the only way I can do. And he will going to define what is private market. I can give you a very clear example. In China, very, very simple, right? Private market and public market. In so-called exchange, normally we say it's public market. It's open to every individual without any limitation.
Exactly.
You can invest $1, you can invest 10,000, no limitation. But in private market, they have some certain regulation. For example, you can only no less than 10,000. For example, no less than 10,000. With this condition, you're going to screen out some non-qualified investors. Okay. Okay. Also, in private market, it's going to define the physical space. You can only sell your token, your security, in certain space. In this space, every time you can only face maybe 20 people. Because more than 50 people, I can claim you are public sale. You are not private sale. So there are some very clear regulation to define that. What is market? What is private market? It's not that simple, just one page. It may be maybe 100 pages to define what is so-called private market based on that regulation.
Exactly. So now, if any company they want to go after, STO is not as easy as ICO. It's not something that you think that you can do it like this and you can earn the money. Any single mistake can bring kind of violation against the law of the country that you are there.
So I would say for every deal today, if they want to issue, first of all, issue and then offering. Let's forget about offering. Offering means actually you can raise a fund, right? Let's forget about offering. If you want to issue your security token, you have to first to figure out which country, which regulation you are going to comply.
Exactly.
To define your token as a security. That's first step.
Yeah.
And second step, you have to think about once you issue licensed, regulated security token, how you are going to offer that.
You mean offering them in publicly?
Not necessarily public.
Private.
Yes. How you going to offer that to raise a fund based on your security token? How you do that? How you do that? Please come back to the regulation because the regulation is going to tell you how to do that.
What is the most friendliest country in terms of STO? Do you have any idea?
Well, I think of course US they have some existing regulation like Reg D, Reg S, Reg A plus, for example, blah blah blah. That's very existing, very old regulations. They don't have something new yet. Okay, first of all. So come back to Europe, maybe UK or German, or even some other East Europe country. They may be more aggressive
to go after.
So if we talk about UK, actually UK they do have something new to try to give some kind of regulation to have this business happen, like security token stuff. And if we talk about UK, we have to think about Canada, and we have to think about Dubai, and we have to think about Singapore, because all those places
they're connected.
Follow UK more.
So you think that UK is much better than USA?
Even Hong Kong, they follow UK.
You think that UK is much better than USA if we have our
faster?
Yeah, faster.
Not necessarily better, but faster for sure.
Faster.
Right.
So this is much better. How do you see the future of STO? Because ICO is gonna, I mean, it's kind of down and nobody goes after. And how do you see this? I think the only thing that we have available is STO. Not the only thing, but the most popular one is STO.
Right.
At least.
Everyone talked about STO this year, even ourselves, our fund. We also focus on STO, or say not necessarily focus. We also get involved in this area because ST, actually, as I mentioned, it was protected by regulation, by law. So it protects investors. So we have less risk. We also, to be honest, we also involved quite a few ICO deals in the past. So to be honest, we don't have any right, voting, whatever, nothing, to claim our position. Okay, we are not different with any individual. Okay, maybe a little different, but actually, if you want to extreme, right? We are not different from any individual investors because no regulation protected us.
Yeah.
But for ST, there are certain laws there, right, to protect us. That's why they're our favorite, right? We like that for sure because risk. If we talk about the risk from risk perspective, that's ST. And then let's put the business model aside, okay? Because for ST, for utility token, you have a different business model.
Yeah.
But to compare these two for ST and ICO. But I think for the utility token, even ICO itself can be improved, can be involved. Because for example, in the past, the white paper come out, tell you X, Y, Z, and nothing to. They don't care about the investor something. But to be honest, who tell you do so? You can improve. You can give the governance right to your investors if you want to improve yourself.
Exactly.
If you're not, okay, forget about it. We don't touch you. But if you do improve, you are able to self-governance or you induce some way to govern this community govern the project itself, govern the foundation, for example.
Have you invested in any STO project yet, or you're planning?
Not today yet. Not today yet. Right. We look heavily, but still not.
So do you think that STO is useful for fundraising for some good projects?
Yes, I believe so.
You believe so?
Especially for the institution investors.
For institutional investors?
Yes, especially.
So if you want to go for some details, because we have a lot of questions for STO stuff and so on, because STO is something that it's a very gray area for a lot of people. They are still comparing ICO with STO and so on.
Yeah.
But it's a completely different thing. It's a completely different area. So like in ICO, let's go based on community. Community was the most important factor in ICO. Mm-hmm. How about in STO? Is community important? I don't think so. Is it?
No. For example, I can give you some example about the regulation.
Yeah.
There's so-called qualified investors.
Yeah.
Based on the regulation.
Yeah.
So the qualified investor is not going to be a community.
Yeah.
It was going to be very limited people.
Institutional investors.
Right, and in some regulation, it even limited the upper limit.
Yeah.
You cannot have more than 100, more than 200 investors.
Yeah.
It cannot be a community.
Yeah.
So it's total different. So if we look at the ST, we have to the mindset. Sorry, it may not be a good thing, but we have to step back to have the mindset.
Yeah.
It's security.
The security.
But the transformation to token is going to be easier. It's easier to be technically liquidation, technical to digitize it, to fragment it. That's it. Don't think too much.
So, but I want to say something. So we say community, yes, as long as we want to raise the money, for primary market. For primary market, you have to go for STO. You have to go through institutional investors. Yeah, so you don't need community. What about once you launch it once you get listed in any exchange platform? Then you need community. You need some people that they like your product, they like your vision, XYZ, whatever is related to your company. I think then community comes to the game again. What do you think about that?
Yes, that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Once the token, no matter it's a utility or security,
get listed
legally, get listed. ST has to be legally get listed on ST exchange, okay? And then it's a beautiful thing for liquidation. Then of course it's got a community. The community and it's something that we welcome.
So it means
we're happy to see that.
So I think for ICO, the building of your community before launching your ICO was very important. Was a very important factor. But for STO, it's not before launching your STO much important, but after you get listed to any exchange platform for STO, then community gets color, gets
right. You know what? I think the ST exchange is not going to happen any soon because there's a lot of license regulation coming out.
Any need, if there is any necessity to have this business tokenized in ICO, but it's the same thing for STO. Do we need that have security token for this business? If it's not necessary, why do we have to? I mean, do you look at those companies in terms of security token? If the security token matches with the company's, core product, with the company's vision.
Right. Again, I want to separate these two characters.
Yeah.
Tokenize and security.
Different things.
I want to separate it. To discuss, if your business model can be tokenized, then if tokenized is better, bring more value, can further extend your business, you can do that. If more value, you can tokenize it.
Tokenize it is different from having a security token.
Right, and then we discuss the properties of this token. Right, this token can have many different properties. And security is only one of the kind.
One of those two.
One of those, right.
One of those options that you can have it for your token.
Right, and even for security itself, you may separate dividend it. It's not necessary. For example, a lot of security tokens, I guess they may not necessary to have the voting right. may not.
Okay. You can
Depends.
have a different contract
Right.
or factors.
Right. So I would say today, this year we're talking about ST.
Yeah.
But maybe next year we're talking about XT.
Yeah. Whatever.
Whatever T, AT, BT, CT, right?
Yeah.
Because those only define this property, the attribute of this token.
But they're all assumed as a security. Whatever they are, they all assume as a security. The value, the rules and regulations.
I think something more further.
Even
Heavier. Even maybe 5 years later, is not necessary. But today we talk about ST because we agree and we understand S will be protected, will be regulated. Today, this year.
Yeah.
But maybe something comes to more mature.
Yeah.
And something come out, okay, I have a part of securities, property, based on the definition today, but I have a part of something else. But I don't want to follow the government's authorities regulation.
Yeah.
Because I want to do something more, have a better value.
Yeah.
And if all those players, community agree that, maybe he has a new market for it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
But I think further. Okay.
Exactly. So we wish that we could have more time because I wanted to talk about that, how we can transform non-security or utility token to security token. What is the mechanism? What is the possibility, and so on. But our time is
right. I think that will be very case by case.
Yeah. We can talk about that later.
Each case will different approach, different business model to transform it.
Yeah, it was a great talk. It was beautiful. I myself, I got a lot of points from Richard's talk, and I hope we can have them again in our session.
Okay.
Richard, thank you so much.
No problem.
Awesome having you here.
Thank you. Happy New Year.